What is going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs? You're listening to a very impromptu episode of Rebellion Wrestling Radio. As always, I'm your host, Ryan, a.k.a. Mr. Showtime, and I'm coming at you with some scary and unfortunate news. I was at work today, and I got an alert, not a WWE alert, but an alert from our buddy Hammer, who himself, he got a WWE alert, letting us know that apparently on Monday Night Raw, during the scuffle between Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins suffered an unfortunate knee injury. Now, this being his right knee, the same knee that he injured back in 2015 in the indie match with Kane when he did the Sunset Powerbomb. This comes at such an unfortunate time, considering we have WrestleMania coming up. We have, let me turn the fan down here. That's probably, I hear some background noise. Sorry, guys. We're leading into WrestleMania, okay? Obviously, all signs pointed to Seth Rollins taking on Triple H. After show was shown. Okay, looks like we're back live. I don't know if you guys heard some dead air. Sorry, there was we had some technical difficulties with the network here. But the whole thing with the Seth Rollins injury, it seemed like this was a really it was obviously an impromptu. I'm thrown off because of the technical difficulties. This was an unfortunate situation. It looked like we were going to be getting Triple H and Seth Rollins going against each other at WrestleMania. We got the shocking debut of Samoa Joe on Monday night. Now, even before that, if anybody watched NXT TakeOver San Antonio, it was a really cool segment where Seth Rollins came out of the crowd, tried to call out Triple H, and that was something really cool because you really don't see a lot of the main roster guys going to NXT in hopes of an angle on the main roster. So that was actually really nice. Now, the WWE, they released a video, just kind of like a recap of the attack from Samoa Joe to Seth Rollins on Monday night. If you fast forward to the video, I believe it's 2 minutes and 50 seconds, 250, you will see when Samoa Joe had Seth Rollins in the coquina clutch, and when they went to drop to the mat, Seth's leg kind of bent funny. It looked really nasty. The camera didn't really catch all of it, but you can really get the gist of how the knee bent, and knees just aren't supposed to bend that way, unfortunately. The part that kind of made me think it was an angle at first is the fact that we didn't get any information about it on Tuesday. I'm going to go back to Finn Balor, okay? Finn Balor, we got alerts the next morning that Finn was injured. We didn't know if he was going to be relinquishing the title. We found out probably, I want to say by midday, the Monday after SummerSlam, that Finn Balor was going to be out a certain amount of months. He required surgery, and he was going to be relinquishing the Universal title. This wasn't the case with Seth Rollins. With today being Wednesday, this is 2 days later. And also Samoa Joe has taken to Twitter to change his Twitter handle to simply Destroyer, which I love. Also kind of taunting Seth Rollins and the Seth Rollins fans, getting Triple H involved. So there's a small shred of hope that this is all just a part of an elaborate storyline, which if it is, I got to applaud WWE because they really kind of pulled the wool over our eyes. But according to PW Insider, this is a legit injury. Seth Rollins did tweet a picture from Birmingham. He is actually at a medical facility now getting evaluated. I'm actually going to pop on to WWE.com and see if we have any updated information. As of a few minutes ago, before we went live with the podcast, there wasn't any updated information, so we're just going to pop over to the website now. Let's see. Well, we have a JCPenney ad. We don't want that. All right, Seth Rollins sustains injury. I think that's the same thing. Let me go ahead and just click on it here. We'll see if this is some updated information regarding the injury. It really looks like the same headline that we had earlier. There is video that WWE released from Monday night with Seth being helped to his car when Seth was on crutches. Didn't look like he can bend his right knee. Let's see. He's undergoing examination. So WWE hasn't really put any updates on here. Another theory is that Seth Rollins may have been injured prior to this attack. That being, maybe that's why they took him out of the Royal Rumble. I've seen that comment on a bunch of message boards. In fact, it's right here on the WWE website. One of the comments from the fans here. It could have been one of the reasons why they took Seth Rollins out of the Rumble, possibly to give him some time. So maybe he was slightly injured prior. This was a way to get him off TV, maybe through Fastlane. Because you got to think, we have Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks. We got Fastlane. I believe it's the first or second weekend in March. So we got a little over a month until Fastlane comes up. So it's a little bit of time for Seth to heal. The thing is Seth did an amazing match with Sami Zayn 2 weeks ago on Raw. So if the idea was to pull him out of the Rumble, I don't think he would have done that match. I was there live. These guys were doing crazy, just high-flying, hard-hitting moves. That was the same match where Seth did the pedigree to Sami Zayn right on the ring apron, which is what WWE likes to say. It's the hardest part of the ring, you know? But that being said, we're really hoping that Seth Rollins is not injured. We're hoping that he is going to be 100% by WrestleMania or before, if he is. And if let's say Seth Rollins is injured and he's not able to perform at WrestleMania, first of all, yeah, that's a bummer. But you got to think, okay, what does WWE do now? Because you have a lot of different variables that we have hanging here. We have the debut of Samoa Joe, which it looked like he was going to be aligned with Triple H. We have Triple H himself, which, I mean, at least for like the past few years, he's wrestled at least at WrestleMania. So you got to think that Triple H is going to be having some sort of match at WrestleMania in Orlando this year. But if Seth Rollins is out, who do you put in that match? Do you put him in there with another NXT guy? Do you put him in there with, a Dean Ambrose? Do you do a Roman Reigns rematch, which I don't think anybody wants to see? There was rumors that the whole idea with him going against Seth Rollins is that this was possibly a retirement match for Triple H. I don't know how true that was, but it would be kind of fitting in the teacher passes the torch to the student type deal, or the student becomes the teacher, all that fun shit. And it really is a cool way to cap off the storyline, starting with the Shield feuding with Evolution, to Seth joining the Authority, Seth becoming the World Heavyweight Champion, going down with an injury, being exiled from the Authority and Triple H, and capping it off with this, this match. It's, if you think about it, it's a storyline almost 3 years in the making, going back to 2014, So it really remains to be seen if this is an actual injury, if it is a storyline, and if it is a storyline, where are we going to go from there? So I'm really interested myself to hear what you guys think. If you guys want to hit us up on Twitter at _wrestling, let us know what you think about this whole situation with Seth. Is it a legit injury? If it is, do you want to see Triple H fight someone else? What do we do with Samoa Joe now? Is he just on the roster? Is he just going to start squashing people? Because that's kind of Braun Strowman's job, Let us know what you think. This is just a quick, super, super, super quick episode. I just kind of wanted to get out there, give my thoughts on Seth Rollins. Us at Rebellion Wrestling, we're wishing the Architect, the best in his recovery if this is a legit injury. Again, if it's not, kudos to WWE for making people kind of flip out. So until next time, we will see you. We'll actually see you this Friday night for another episode, a full-length episode of Rebellion Wrestling Radio, where we'll be talking about the XFL. because it's football season. It's Super Bowl Sunday, so we got to talk about the XFL. And speaking of the XFL, you guys want to check out ESPN tomorrow night, February the 2nd for 30 for 30. This is the XFL. We're going to be checking that out. It's going to be pretty awesome. So for all of us here at Rebellion Wrestling, I want to say thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.